What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video we're going to discuss the Hero of the Month on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Astaroth, the tank Astaroth. He's a support tank. He's a fantastic hero, one of my absolute favorite heroes. And I wanted to kind of address a subject that's been kind of bouncing around the community for basically as long as this game has been around, and that is a discussion on tanks and is Astaroth good, or is he the second worst tank in the game? And if he's the second worst tank, then who's the worst tank in the game? I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. First of all, and the most important, is that this game moves extremely fast. And unless you're willing to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get to the end very quickly, the top 1% will never apply to you because you'll never make it there, okay? If these elite players, these top-end Gold League on Server 1 players are telling you that this tank is better than that tank because that's what in-game players use, and you decide to level that tank, by the time you get that tank to an appropriate level that you're competing at that top 1%, there's going to be so many changes to the game, new tanks added, new lineups added that makes your tank obsolete, not obsolete, but definitely weaker, and different counters and counter heroes are going to be added. You know, there aren't about 4 heroes added every single year. So unless you're going to spend, that conversation doesn't matter. And I would be willing to bet, and please don't take this personally, guys, I would be willing to bet that most of the people that are watching my YouTube videos are never going to be in the top 1% of the global championship on Hero Wars Mobile, or the Gold League every single week, or rank 1 in Arena every single day. You're probably not going to be there, at least for a little while, and so much is going to change between now and then. So why not use a hero that you enjoy looking at, and potentially even, enjoy how it works with your lineup? Doesn't matter what somebody like me says, just enjoy the heroes, enjoy the game, because if you are leveling a tank that is your only reason why you're leveling it is because somebody told you to level it, and then you come up against a counter hero for that tank specifically, it's not going to feel great. But if you picked the tank, and then you decided that that's okay, through thick and thin, you're going to figure out how to work with that tank and make it right for whatever situation that comes up, then you won't be as disappointed, as upset when those counter teams inevitably crush your face in. Astaroth is hard countered by Morrigan, as well as several other heroes like Celeste, anybody that will chew through tanks like Ching Mao or Iris. And of course, he doesn't do a lot of damage, so if you're trying to defeat a team that's designed to stall out, then Astaroth may not be the best choice. But I tell you what, he's very cool looking, and I absolutely love him. I mean, is there any other tank skin in the game that is cooler than this cybernetic skin? I mean, subjectively, I'm sure there is, but not to this guy. I love Astaroth. He's my tank. I'm not switching it up. And despite this 3.5 minute long intro, we're about to discuss Astaroth, Zeri, Aurora, and a host of other tanks, why for and why against. And the discussion is going to apply to Hero Wars Mobile as well as Hero Wars Facebook and web. So depending on whatever platform you are, it will make sense. All right. Please stick around and watch the video to the very end at least one time. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Anyone here thinks that Astaroth is a bad tank? He's a good tank and he's a bad tank. He's got different opportunities. I use Astaroth, I think he's okay. Yeah, I like Astaroth a lot. He's definitely not the, the best tank in every situation. But then again, no tank is the best tank in every situation. Misty has completely tore apart Astaroth in her video. Yeah, she made some good points in her video. She made some good points. She's probably as tired as I am, hearing about Aurora as people are talking about Astaroth. Astaroth's one of those tanks that, I don't want to call him like the tank for the noobs, but he's where a lot of new players gravitate to because of the way he looks, because of his revivability. But he's definitely not the best tank. But like I said, neither is Aurora, neither is Corvus, Cleaver, neither is Chaba, Rufus. Some people don't even use tanks. Misty Catherine loves Aurora, hates Astaroth. Yeah, Aurora's a solid tank. Good choice in a lot of lineups, as you're using him now. Well, MJF, he's the tank that I've leveled up. He's my favorite tank, right? I've said this, hundreds, if not thousands of times. You can really do just about anything you want in this game, up to a point, with literally every hero. Like, the tank choice doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. If you're talking about, like, the top 1%, of Guild Wars and Arenas and Grand Arena and Global Championship, if you're talking about like the top 1% and you don't care about how the hero looks, you don't care about, you know, aesthetics and having a good time, then, you know, Astaroth has less usages than other tanks. But that's really subjective based on the heroes that you have and what heroes that are, you know, coming up. And I personally love Astaroth. Astaroth has been one of my favorite heroes from the very beginning. So I chose to level him up. The worst hero is Krista, but we were using Krista the wrong way. I maxed Krista as an OP tank. Monte HC, that sounds awesome. Using Krista as a tank. Some people use Dante as a tank. Is that good? Yeah. Use Dante as a tank. People use all kinds of heroes as tanks now. You know, it used to be not something that you would recommend anybody do, but you can use, you know, we saw a couple of weeks ago, we saw that Olympus video with Dante as a tank. That was pretty cool. I'm sorry, Arachne as a tank. That was pretty cool. We've seen, you know, like Leon tanks. You guys remember Jury with his Leon tank? That was pretty awesome. As soon as I did Anvari as my main tank for my stun control team, so no other tank would fit. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Judge is not a tank. Oof. Richard says Astaroth, Aurora, Cleaver, and Rufus. I really like the look of Astaroth. I love Corvus's new spring skin. I like Rufus a lot. I wish if they had a buff Rufus skin, I'd probably love him even more. You know, I tried Chaba for a little while. I tried Aurora for a little while, but I saw the writing on the wall, and I stopped really improving that hero because it just didn't make sense. Wish they'd fix Chaba so we could talk. So we can tank, is what you meant to say. I gotcha. Let's see. Waifu tank, also a good tank. Definitely. Thoughts on Ziri? I like Ziri a lot. She's, you know, she's got... We talked about this a couple of days ago. Ziri and Rufus are kind of counterparts to each other. That's like a blanket, you know, statement. But, like, Ziri's really good against physical attackers, and if you're using her on manual, she can, you know, use her ultimate ability to counter a couple of heroes' abilities, which are, you know, it's kind of interesting. It's a way to prevent damage to your allies. I like that she's one of the only true tanks, and that she has the provoke or mock or whatever it is ability that forces everybody to just attack her. I like that a lot. And I think it's really cool what you can do with her. You can put her on a team that's really good against mages, and people won't attack her with physical teams because, you know, Ziri is traditionally really good against physical teams. So if you have a team that's good against mages behind her, it's a nice little counterplay. Ziri best on mobile. I hear Ziri's got some pretty insane stats for tanks on mobile. She pulls aggro. Yep. Ziri's underrated. Her biggest drawback is that you need to put a lot into her to make her good. Yeah, if you can keep her from hiding for large chunks of the fight, you know, she's pretty good. I made Corvus my secondary tank, and it's a little say that I'm impressed how he's improved. Yeah, I think he's pretty solid. You know, and a lot of people say that you need a little bit more investment into. You can use him as like a second line tank. I see that a lot. You know, we tried him out a little bit with Astaroth. We tried him out a little bit with Aurora. You know, there's a lot of good options. A lot of good options for him. And, you know, if he gets that health skin last, oh, buddy. If he gets that health skin, goodness. Goodness. I've never seen a high-end team with Ziri, though. Not saying she isn't good, just not used very often. I don't see her at all. See, the thing about Ziri is, and correct me if I'm wrong, players that have been playing for a long time, I didn't really mean to talk about tanks this much tonight. I apologize. I appreciate Misty's video. It's a different point of view, and I can see where she's coming from. You know, you know, Astaroth has got shortcomings just like any other tank does. He definitely needs a much stronger ultimate. His ultimate kind of sucks. Ziri was one of the first tanks that could survive Ishmael, if I'm thinking correctly. I think that she used to be the only tank that could survive, because I think she had the highest armor, and then like Cleaver did. But then eventually all of the tanks got armor skins. You know, Astaroth and Galahad and Shaba, they all got armor skins. So it ended up being, you know, less of a niche thing, right? You had to have a high-level Ziri to survive an Ishmael. I feel like that was what happened. She's incredible in the campaign, too. Really strong in the campaign, apparently. If you don't plan for Corvus Alter, he will wreck fast attackers and big AoEers. Yep. Ziri has not been Hero of the Month in some time. Difficult for new heroes to get to know her. Yep. Goliath 2172. Yeah, his shield needs a big buff. It needs a big buff. The fact that one hit on any hero basically breaks it for all heroes, it's kind of a crappy thing.